The Ramos Gin Fizz is one of the most labor-intensive cocktails. Don't let that stop you from trying one. You're gonna love this Asian-inspired riff. The only modifications I'm making over the original is replacing the lemon and lime juice with yuzu juice, replacing the club soda with Fever Tree sparkling lime and yuzu, and adding some matcha powder. I recently did a short on this and used lemon and lime like the original. The yuzu juice was a viewer's idea. Thanks for the great suggestion, Boris. Subscribers, keep the suggestions coming. I just might use your idea in an upcoming video. You may be wondering why I'm using bottled yuzu juice instead of fresh. Fresh yuzu is difficult if not impossible to find in the US. It's cultivated mainly in Japan, Korea, and China and isn't exported here. A small amount is harvested in California, but I've never seen it at a store. Enough talk, let's make the drink. Like I said, this is a pretty fussy drink. We start out with an egg white. I always separate my egg white first in case something goes wrong. Next I'll use 2 ounces or 60 milliliters of gin. Since this is an Asian riff, I'm using a Japanese gin. I'll use an ounce or about 30 milliliters of yuzu juice, and you can get this off of Amazon. I'll leave a link below. I'll add 3/4 of an ounce or about 22 milliliters of vanilla syrup, 1 ounce or about 30 milliliters of heavy whipping cream. And I'm going to add about a bar spoon of matcha powder. I'm using this special matcha scoop instead of my bar spoon though. And I'm sifting it just to kind of get the clumps out, to kind of minimize it, but we're going to shake this so much I don't think that's going to be a problem. Finally, just like in the original Ramos Gin Fizz, I'm going to add a few drops of orange flower water. Those are all the ingredients we're going to dry shake. You have to shake this one so much, that's why it's known as such a labor-intensive drink to make. And as you can see, I had a little bit of an issue with this one not being stilled properly. You have to be really careful with egg. That was just the first shake. Now we have to shake it again with ice. So I'm just going to add a couple 1-inch cubes to my shaker. And shake it for another, I'd say a good 20 to 30 seconds. I think that's enough. I'm gonna strain this into my Collins glass now. And I would advise using a really tall and not a curvy glass, because we'll want to make this foam tower at the end. I love that color, and hopefully all of that shaking paid off and we'll get a nice foam head on this drink. The last step is adding the club soda or sparkling water to make the foam tower out the top. I usually put mine in the freezer before I do that. I'll let this rest in the freezer and I'll see you in a few. Hello, I've returned from the freezer. I wasn't in the freezer, the drink was in the freezer. Anyway, now that the foam is separated nicely from the rest of the drink, we're going to put a hole in the foam with a straw, and we'll pour some of the Fever Tree in. Now the desired effect is the foam towering straight up from the glass. It doesn't always work out. As a matter of fact, the last one like this I made did not work out, but I'm hoping for the best. So here goes nothing. Now, I might be able to get this a little higher, but I flew way too close to the sun last time and I'd rather keep it intact than try to get it up here and have it go down the sides. So the true test of this foam is to see if a straw will stand straight up in it. So I'm going to take this glass straw and stick it in there. It passes the test. So this is an awesome variation on the Ramos Gin Fizz, and you should definitely try it. It's like a cross between a traditional Gin Fizz and a matcha latte. Matcha adds a touch of umami and even a grassy flavor, but with the heavy cream, the vanilla syrup, and the gin and everything else, it's not too overpowering. It's definitely a winner. What are your favorite ways to use matcha? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this content, consider subscribing, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!